Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So yesterday, a tanker overturned at Tincan Liverpool Bridge in Apapa, and despite the risk, residents were seen rushing to scoop its content from beneath the bridge. Sadly, this isn't the first time we're witnessing scenes like this across the country. So ladies, what do you think is behind the growing trend of desperation? Can we call it desperation, or should we call it hustling? Is it poverty, or should we call it greed? How do we put a stop to things like this from happening? Is it worth the risk? Because we've seen fire incidents happen from things like this as well. So I'd like us to have a conversation regarding this. You can join the conversation by calling us on 020-1635-2012, or you can call us on 020-1635-2011. Tweet to us, #YourViewTVC at TVC Connect. We'd like to read your tweets. We're also streaming on YouTube right now, and we'd love to hear from you. Now, this isn't funny at all. When I saw the video, I was like, is it diesel or is it petrol?
No matter.
I was like, what exactly is going on? Like the crowd, somebody carried a basin on his head, like I'm going there to go and collect as it's pouring down, without the risk of maybe something would spark it and it will catch fire. And I feel like we've educated ourselves enough. Like everybody knows how risky this is. But why do you think people will still put their lives at risk to go into doing things like this?
You see, I want to take this story from another angle. So I'll let the ladies go first.
Okay.
Because my angle is totally different.
All right. Okay.
You don't even know our angle, Seth.
I am sure that my angle is different from your own.
Okay.
You want to
This
go
whole thing, there's no other name for it. Only. Most
Tifri.
of this, they are just only Ajibole, thief, barawo, that's all. Because I don't understand how we've made it a thing that whenever somebody is suffering a loss, it's our gain. Even at the risk of losing our lives. Whenever I see these videos, so I pass that particular place in the mornings on my way to work. When I saw the video yesterday at my office, I paused work. I just imagine innocent people coming down the bridge and walking into an explosion because of the activities of these people around this fire. What would have been their fate? Just badly behaved Nigerians, constantly letting poverty take over their mentality all the time.
Yeah.
There's no amount of food. I used to hear my parents say this thing when I was small. They say, no go fit thief, give pikin, chop. It didn't make sense. When I saw this video yesterday, the first thought that came is, you know, those days when my parents would say it and say, I beg, go inside. No matter what was happening in Ojolegba those days, they would lock us up in the room. We're not allowed to take anything. See, we moved out of that area. We were not allowed to take any free bazaar that was happening under the bridge at Western Avenue. It was not allowed in my house. And I saw a mother scooping with a bucket into a bowl, standing right there at the risk of losing her lives. As in any second, one explosion, you just might not get home to the children for whatever justification you came there to scoop that for.
Yeah.
And that fuel did not belong to you. That's the point. It's not like my market they throw away. I want to go pack and make it no loss. Make it for no loss. Just want to go teach somebody else's thing. It wasn't like your thing was badly was wasting. It's not your water was leaking. It's not your fuel that was pouring.
It's another person's.
No.
It's painful. I think this has become a cycle. It's not just a matter of hardship anymore. It's moved into a cycle, and it's now become a social behavior that is formed out of hardship. We need to understand the psychology behind this, because it's not today we started talking about this. We have been talking about it. We have been warning people. People have seen evidence of people going to school fuel or diesel and dying, but they still go. So there's a psychology behind it. So for me, it's what I would call survival economics. People would survive anyhow, especially when life feels like it's choking them. When people are now getting to a point where they are choosing between danger and hunger, danger starts to look reasonable. And that's what's happening. So nobody is there calculating, if fire sparks, how will I survive? They are calculating, what do I get out of this? Because of where they are mentally. And it is what the society has enabled with all the system failures that we have. So we cannot blame them in isolation. It's society that has bettered this, right? And there's a saying that when life feels cheap, people spend it easily. In our country, life is now cheap. So nobody is paying attention to how do we preserve life. Because the first question I'll ask, let's take for instance, and I know I always call the Obodo Ibo of A. It's not my fault. We like to copy them in many things, but we don't copy them in the things that we are expected to copy them. The things that will serve us, we don't copy them. What happens most times is when this incident happens, the first people to get there are the public. That's not how it's supposed to be. In a developed country, or we're developing by grace of God, I believe Nigeria is developed, as far as I'm concerned. The first responders to those incidents are the officials who are supposed to handle it. So they get there first and they cordon off the area. So you don't see, you think if you allow the Oyibo people, they will not behave like we are behaving. They will. But their systems keep them in check because human beings have the same tendency to be the same all over the world. But when you have, that's why we have laws, we have rules, we have regulations. When you have those, we have systems, they keep us in check. That's why we have laws and rules to keep us in check because everybody has that animalistic tendency to behave anyhow. So if we have our officials, when this incident happens, somebody is calling, the officials are the first responders to get there and the cordon of the area, nobody dares to cross or push a policeman to go and carry something. So it's also as a result of system failure, aside from the fact that hardship has made danger very, you will not be negotiating with danger. You won't even argue, should I go, should I not? This one makes more sense. You are not thinking,
your life is not worth much, so
it's not worth more,
it.
so it's cheap, so you can spend it anyhow. So we need to hold ourselves accountable. We need to hold the government accountable. We need to hold the people accountable by also giving stiff penalties. You come there, you catch people, you flog them. Since they don't want to listen. You cannot allow someone to open their eyes and enter danger if you're from a mindset, a superior mindset, let me put it that way, where you understand the dangers of what the person is doing. You get there as a security official, you flog them. Flog them very well, catch the people that you catch, punish them very well, so that they know that this is not acceptable for their own sake. Because right now, they are not thinking about themselves, they are thinking about the immediate gain because of the hardship that the system has given to them. Let me leave it here first.
Let me disagree with BC quickly.
It's okay.
Life preservation is self-instinct, it's first thing. And to say that first responders are to be government people, that's not true. Under that bridge, that's Liverpool. Do you know how many private citizens do business there every day? Daily, it's a market on its own. So it's,
do they have what it takes
usually even around, I hear these things, people say it all the time. When Anthony Joshua's accident happened, people say it's government first, as if government was waiting at the scene at that particular scene.
We have a problem with response.
We do have a problem with response. But it can be faster, but it cannot always be government that responds first to every incident. This particular incident, government would respond. Government did respond. Government was able to curb this situation from getting, this is a hazardous, an inflammable. People responded out of their greed. People responded because they don't value their own lives, and I agree with you. Valuing your own life is more. You don't expect somebody to value your life if you don't value your life. You showed up at that place, and you want somebody else to be responsible for your life.
We're saying the same thing.
But
actually, you're saying the same thing.
We're saying the same thing. So let me just put something in perspective.
It is not survival.
Before we're saying the same thing in two different ways. I did not say that other people cannot be held accountable. I was suggesting that if government is usually the first responder, they can save people from themselves. There's a reason people say you can save somebody
in a few seconds
from
they respond
themselves.
But they came and saved. They did
that's what I'm saying. But people were already there scooping fuel. So guess what my analogy?
There are two things at play, and both are right.
And quickly, I'm not saying, of course, it's government's responsibility. I'm not even going to smile about it, right? The people who are working and doing businesses there do not have the capacity to cordon off the area themselves. So they need government help to do that.
Did intervene there.
No, I'm not saying they did not. You're not listening to me. I'm not saying they did not. I'm saying
discussing the
if they had come in earlier, those people wouldn't have gathered there before government gets there. So government would have been able to cordon off the area before those people, as they are coming, you are now driving them.
That being said, there are multiple layers of government for a purpose. Under that bridge are local government representatives who collect money on a normal day, and they are always there. Under that bridge, there will be police officers and not LASEMA. So if we have situations like that, it's not for lack of government that we saw that video. For the number of minutes the video was there. So we can actually still say lack of government presence. At the same time, lack of value for human life by the
everything
individuals who
joined.
don't value their own life. But let me hear
I want to
your
go from
thoughts,
another
YK.
angle.
Okay.
You see, prevention is better than cure.
100%.
So, where I will blame the government now, from a totally different angle, is what are you doing to prevent these incidents from happening? Look, I keep on sending videos to the producer. I'm driving on that Lekki road. Trailers every night, you will see them.
No lights.
No lights.
Nothing at the back.
Front and back.
That's a crisis waiting to happen.
Then the worst part, they are speeding. That's trailer that
Anthony Joshua ran into.
not the I'm not
This particular one that
this
fell over.
particular one was speeding before he upturned.
Into a curve.
Now they are allowed to do this on a daily basis. They will sweep you off the road. You know, they will. They are reckless drivers. They are not collecting. Look, I keep saying until the companies are fined huge amounts of money, the owners of these trailers, the owners of these trucks are fined. These things will not cease to happen.
I agree with you. Absolutely.
If they don't, so me, that's what I'm saying. I'm taking it from a totally different angle, and my angle is prevention is better than cure.
Love it. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we put the blame where the blame should be. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. So YK took us to a very, very valid point. The point of prevention is better than cure. And we've seen this play out in many other areas where we see potential crisis and we don't deal with potential crisis. We now leave ourselves to deal with the crisis. And like the proverb, a stitch in time saves 9. So when we don't deal with one, we are now doing multiple. There was a time that we had this Liverpool Bridge crisis back to back where trailers were always failing brake and fire was happening. And we had analysts come on the show back to back for several years ago, and they said that there was a particular kind of valve, kits and valve they use for the particular, what do you call that stuff? Is it trailer or the tankers?
Independent petroleum practitioners of Nigeria was on the show.
And it was meant to be compulsory, and they did not allow it. It wasn't implemented.
They were not enforcing it.
That if every trailer, every tanker has the kits, we will not have fire incidents when trailers fall. We might not be able to prevent accidents from happening and trailers falling, but it will be like an anti-leak kind of thing within the tankers. And we haven't implemented it. So for me, this is not a failure of the driver or the company, is a failure of systems that have allowed this. And BC was saying, catch the people that are packing the fuel, flog them, put them in community service, do like everybody, do frog jump all the way. Like, let us do some, because you can't arrest them. We don't have space to keep them. But if there are penalties seen immediately, we might be able to prevent people doing that kind of thing going forward.
But we live in a system where there are no penalties. The only time you pay is if you are fighting government, or if you are a crooked politician. Just join the ruling party. Everything will be swept on that. It's true. I'm just trying to tell you how our system works. If I have friends in government, all my sins are forgiven. If I don't have any friend in government, what beside me and my generation? That is our system. Now,
and it's a system that
a lot of these trailers are owned by these people. They're not owned by me. They're owned by people, and so nobody is holding them accountable. Until you hold people accountable, these things will continue. Once there is no punishment, things will continue. We are a country where
impunity.
You get away with things. Now, look at these people. People are saying, oh, it's poverty mentality. All these people that were under the bridge. It's not poverty. It's not poverty mentality. It's greed. It's the greed that we have learned over the years from successive governments. We have watched people amass wealth greedily. So we have become a greedy nation. Everybody here is greedy.
So when Nima was talking about
I am greedy.
This thing,
If Obiajulu gives me plantain chips, I'm greedy, I don't want to share the plantation, I keep it in my bag.
Thank you for confessing. Thank you for
I said we are a greedy nation.
That's not greed. That's not greed.
I'm not exonerating myself. Why I'm saying that is I don't want to exonerate myself.
Yes, we're all greedy.
We are a greedy nation.
Yes. Can I ask
Greed is a
that your
human,
greed you're talking about?
all right.
Every human being is greedy. We are all greedy, right? But the greed that takes you to a level where you do not see danger is what I'm talking about.
No, not just that. That's one, but also greed greed unchecked, based on lack of systems. So there is, like there is one is not seeing danger.
Yes.
Two is the fact that
you're not thinking of the consequences.
Self-preservation.
You're not thinking self-preservation.
How will you not think self-preservation?
It's deeper than greed.
You cannot see greed in its softest form is self-love. It's, to want something good for yourself. How can you want this kind of thing? How can you want death for yourself or harm or possible difficulty with life because of some damage that must have happened with this kind of risk?
You're not seeing the consequences because of where you are, not only physically, financially, and psychologically. There's a
because they're not thinking.
Yes, there's a way
they're not.
Hardship will hit you. No, let's leave the general greed now that all of us are greedy, right? There's a way hardship. I've seen women who would walk into a shop and steal because their child needs to eat. There is no food anywhere. And they choose to, let me just, they are not thinking if I'm caught, if I'm embarrassed, if I'm shamed, if I'm beaten, if I'm arrested, let my child just eat. That's all they're saying. That's the level I'm talking about. That is the system that has enabled it to get to that level. Then we have other aspects of it where we now start holding each other accountable. We're not punishing them. We're not making them understand that your life should be more important to you. There are people who don't value their lives.
But when there is no system in place,
that's why saying the same thing now.
Let me take this call. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Fantastic. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. My name is Uzochukwu.
Please go ahead with your contribution.
I love your name.
Ozo.
Thank you. I'm a first-time caller.
Oh.
Welcome to the show. But you took our clap. That's a good thing. I hear different sides. Nima said something earlier that we have a culture before now where the saying is that no matter, I will not steal even if my children are hungry. Like I will find any other way. Yeah. But YK's comments already has told you that the culture has shifted.
It has.
Because over time we've seen that people get away with stealing. People get away. So the real problem we have is lack of consequences. That's what has led to everybody just getting away.
So we have a culture, and I don't like to read it off the books, that we are these people. We were not these people.
No, we were not.
This example that they give to the black race now, that's not what we were. We were a sane client where everybody was proud with their labor. They were known for their hard work.
Morals.
And they had morals, and they had discipline. People had values where they would say, I will never. I come from a culture where I've heard I cannot prostitute to feed my child. I will never, not be me go bump.
Same here.
Hold on, I'm going somewhere.
Yes,
this discipline eroded over the years because of, like you said, some people didn't have discipline and then there was no consequence and it was the big man that carry all. Yeah. But the point is that with the way we've seen the gory pictures of people burning at places like this in Ikotu, pipeline vandalism everywhere, we've seen the bodies. What will be? We don't, and we still don't have a reminder of what possible damage we will do to ourselves.
They don't care.
Imagine that you did not die from this fire, if there was a fire, but you live with the pain of it for life. You will not say the child you wanted to feed is the cause of it.
So you grow with that bitterness.
They're not seeing that.
We've also, over time, we've lost the culture of shame. Like there's some things you will not do because there is shame. But we've said that we've taken poverty as a way to rid ourselves of shame. However, there's something else. When I see these people gathering to scoop something, Nima made a very, very, very crucial point that will sort of take us a bit away from the topic of petrol tanker turning over to the fact that Nigerians loot. And we loot and see it as God has blessed me.
Yes.
We steal and see it as God has blessed me. Another person's misfortune is okay as long as it is blessing me.
Yes.
Somebody can lose, but it's okay as long as it's blessing me.
Yes.
So we saw it at NSAS where hoodlums opened the shop, took some things, and individuals now started going into the shops and started taking things that do not belong to them, even though they know the owner of this shop is a hard-working Nigerian.
When a government official
steals,
is taking things that don't belong to
allegedly.
Who did they teach?
What government?
There's a lesson passing down.
You will hear this. Okay, this one said, okay, he took the money, he has returned part of the money.
Don't chop the rest.
Well, people are watching.
Yes.
Now, you do not understand.
Culture.
Look, I will go back to this story. I'm sure I've said this story on this set before. When I was growing up, my grandmother fainted. We were it was Kingsway. In those days, there was Kingsway. It was a nice, big shopping center. Do you know the number of Nigerians that came to help her? Nobody asked us for a dime. I was about 7. I was tiny. My grandmother was on the floor.
They didn't steal from her.
They didn't steal my mother's money.
No.
They were funding. They were helping. Today, go and faint.
Your phone go first miss.
Now your phone
money,
will miss.
Your shoe.
They will take your video.
Your hair.
You will be like this.
Wig.
If they can take your nakedness and post it online, we have lost our values. So how are we going to regain those values? This is my point. This is. While it is wrong for them to do what they did, it is dangerous for them to do what they did. Do they know any better? They don't. Because we have lost our values over I'm telling you.
How do we get it back? That's a very valid question.
How do we get our values back?
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we talk about entrenching the right values from the top to the bottom. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.